So I've created a second virtual machine using the portal, and we can see here in the resource group that there are now two network security groups. So Azure creates you a network security group. When you create VMs using the portal, it doesn't even ask you or let you opt out of that. It'll create one for you. But it is best practice to create network security groups that serve specific roles. If you have 100 virtual machines in your production environment, you definitely do not want 100 network security groups. Not only does that create extra clutter in your interface, it actually is a security risk, because if you, how are you going to keep in touch with 100 different network security groups and what is allowed and what is not allowed? So best practice is to create a role-specific network security groups, and by that I mean if you have servers that serve as front-end servers, you might need one set of network security group rules like the RDP, HTTPS, traffic, etc. If you have back-end servers, you might need different network security group rules, etc. So create network security groups that are specific to the role that the server is playing. Let's go into network interfaces here, and we can see here we've got this network security group. By default, it's only pointing to the one virtual machine. What I want to do is I want to connect the other network interface card that we just created. So let's go back up to the resource group. We can see that we've got virtual machines being created, network interfaces. So one is 773 and one is 768. We want this network interface to be connected to the other network security group, and then we'll delete the one that Microsoft created. So let's go into the network interface actually, and we can see here that we've got a network security group set up here. If we go down to effective security rules, we can see that they're basically going to calculate based on the NSG settings what security rules there are, right? So we can see the defaults here. What we want to do is associate this device with another network security group. So I'm going to go over to network security groups here on the network card. We're going to say edit, and instead of this network security group, we're going to switch over to the other one which we just customized. So you'll see that I was able to switch and say save. It's going to do some work to get that network interface card switched over to the new network security group. That seems to have worked. And if I go back down to effective security rules, it'll calculate it again. This time it should tell me the RDP, HTTPS, and HTTP rules, because we've changed the rules on this particular network card. And so we can see that the effective rules have been updated to have these additional rules. So now we have two VMs that are pointing to a single network security group, and now this network security group that Microsoft created for us should have no devices connected to it. So let's go over to network interfaces, says no results. Subnet says no results. So this is an orphan, and we should be able to delete it. So that's how you should be setting up your network security groups. Make one network security group for each individual role, and that makes it easier for you to manage the security rules, because confusion is the enemy of security.